terms of a warm-up exercise, I've got a little thing here. So we've got two images. What 6-letter word connects the image of Obama with the schoolhouse project? Here's a little prize. Change, yeah. Change. Wow.
Throughout, we tried to use materials that were low emitting. Also, in terms of lighting, we tried to do everything either compact fluorescent or LED. So there's no incandescent and there's no halogen.
This was originally a auto body shop, and the blue building at the end was, so it's the old Coos Auto Body. And the blue building at the end existed, and it wasn't quite that color, but it's always existed. And this was basically a parking lot for wrecked cars.
If this was intended to be a real try to embed green building in conventional practice, our client on the next building has really actually been incredibly ambitious in terms of really trying to take things to the next level. In terms of doing things like ground source energy, which is really tough on these kind of sites. Again, the technology is getting better and smarter, but in that case we have, and you'll see it, it's an existing building that covers almost the entire property. So in order to do ground source, you have to drill. Right? You can do ground source in flat, large open areas, but we didn't have any site. So, and he's been actually very, I would say, extraordinarily ambitious in terms of, if there's a cost conflict between doing good green design and say doing something that's about, some fancy finish or something, he always goes for green design, so which is extraordinary actually.
Je suis toujours là. Faut décider maintenant ce que tu veux faire.
This we know about, it's climate change. We'll get into how this building incorporates sustainable technology, how do we build towards a more greener future. But also, with this project, Bruce and I had also talked about how does a building architecture, how does it respond to a modern family's lifestyle changes? And then also neighborhood change. You're in Strathcona, one of my favorite neighborhoods in the city. And how does this project fit into the context of how the neighborhood is evolving?
C'est long le chemin, il faut continuer comme avant. Je te quitterai jamais, parce que les liens qui nous attrapent sont trop forts.
Lots of events that might change how you want to use your home. You might have a new baby, you might have parents that want to stay with you, or you might want to start your own business in your home. And we're beginning to think about how does a space become an accordion space? Could it expand and contract as those life events change how you use space? So one idea that we have is giant shoji screens. This is a small mock-up of what is going to cover this wall.
Everything has to be integrated. The whole project has to, from the very beginning, recognize that you're going to use those technologies and that you're going to have to make decisions about how the buildings are designed and constructed in order to respect the capacity of a radiant ceiling system. You are limiting the amount of light that's coming into the building in late afternoons. You're putting shading on the south face of the building to again limit the amount of incoming solar energy. You are extending balconies out. You are limiting the amount of glass that exists on these buildings.